Very good morning, students. So today also we can have discussion on the different scales that we are having four different scales of temperatures, that is Kelvin, Celsius or centigrade, then Fahrenheit and Romer scale. The word Romer maybe seems a bit new for you. Reaumur scale, Romer scale. So we have already learned the reading. We can compare the reading of the first scale minus lower fixed point. The lower fixed point in the case of centigrade Celsius is, we will take melting point. So here we will take melting point, here also we will take melting point, here also we will take melting point of ice. Melting point of ice is the lower fixed point taken in Romer scale, Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale. So in the case of Celsius, the melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius. In the case of Fahrenheit, the melting point of ice is 32 degree Fahrenheit. In the case of Romer scale also, the melting point is again 0. So that I have written here. Melting point of ice in Celsius is 0. Melting point of Fahrenheit is 32 degree, and the melting point of ice in Romer scale is also 0 0 R 0 degree R. So here the lower fixed point we will be taking as, in the case of Celsius 0, in the case of Fahrenheit 32, in the case of Romer it is again 0, and we will take the upper fixed point in the Celsius as boiling water. Boiling water is, water boils at 100 degree Celsius. So here it is 100 degree Celsius. Water boils at 212 degree Fahrenheit. The boiling point of water in Fahrenheit is 212. So in Fahrenheit it is 212. Again in Romer scale it is 80 degree Romer. 80 degree Romer. So if you are having degree Celsius, then Fahrenheit, then Roman scale, we are having three different scales, and we are putting into the ice. Then the melting point is denoted in 0 degree Celsius. So we denoted the melting point in Celsius, Fahrenheit and Roman. In Celsius we given the mark as 0. In the Fahrenheit we given the mark as 32 degree Fahrenheit. In Roman scale again we are giving the mark as 0 degree Roman. Now we are now it is in ice and we are giving the heat. So when the heat is given to the ice, the temperature of the water rises. So when the temperature of the water rises, along with the rise in temperature, the level of the mercury column also increases. So finally the water boils. So when the water boils, we are giving, in the case of centigrade, we are giving the mark as 100 degree centigrade. Here we are giving the mark as 212 degree Fahrenheit. Here we are giving it as 80 degree Romer. So the upper fixed point in centigrade is 100. In Fahrenheit it is 212. In Romer it is again 80 degree. So what is the raise here? 0 to 100. What is the raise here? 32 to 212. What is the raise here? 0 to 80. So look, the rising on from melting point of ice to boiling point of ice, the rise of the degree Celsius is 100 degree Celsius. Okay, 0 to 100. What about Fahrenheit? In Fahrenheit it is 32 to 212. So 30 to 12 minus 32 is a raise, the increase. The increase is 212 minus 32. 212 minus 32 is 180. So in Fahrenheit it is 180. here 0 to 80, 0 to 80, so the rise in temperature is 80 degree Romer. So rise in 100 degrees Celsius or rise of 100 degrees Celsius is equal to rise of 180 degree Fahrenheit is same as rise of 80 degree Romer. Okay, so I can write as sorry rise of 100 degree Celsius is equal to rise of 180 degree Fahrenheit. Rise of 180 degree Fahrenheit is equal to rise of 80 degree Romer. Here this is not the conversion, but it is an increase or fall we can denote. If 100 degree Celsius is raised, the corresponding rise in Fahrenheit is 180 degree Fahrenheit. Similarly, the corresponding rise in Romer scale is 80 degree Romer. In Romer, it is 80 degree. So we can write as if it is 100 is equal to 180, then what about 1 degree Celsius? The rise of 1 degree Celsius is rise of 1 degree Celsius is equal to rise of see for 100 it is 180. So for 1 degree Celsius we have to divide it with 100. So that is 180 divided by 100 is nothing but 1.8 degree Fahrenheit. Here when it was raised 100 degree Celsius, it is equivalent to 80 degree Romer. So for raising 1 degree Celsius, you have to divide here with 100. So here also we have to divide it with 100. So 80 divided by 100 is 0.0 degree, 0.08 degree Romer. So sorry, raise of we have to write. So rise of 0.8 degree Romer. So if you are asked to find rise of 10 degree Celsius in Fahrenheit, what do you have to do? You have to multiply with 10. So 10 into 1 into 10, 10. 1.8 into 10, that is 18. So rise of 10 degree Celsius is equivalent to rise of 18 degree Fahrenheit. What about here? If the rise in degree Celsius is 10, then rise in Romer scale is 8 degree Romer. 8 degree Romer. So this is about the rise or increase, or we can also relate it with the fall. If 10 degree Celsius is fallen, then corresponding fall in Fahrenheit is 18 degree Fahrenheit. Corresponding fall in Romer scale is 8 degree Fahrenheit. So rise or fall can be found from this relation. Okay, rise or fall can be found from this relation. But conversion we have learned yesterday. The conversion between degree Celsius to Fahrenheit. That is the conversion. Here we are relating with the raising the temperature in different scales. Similarly, we are having one more scale, that is Kelvin. So in Kelvin, the melting point of ice is to be taken as 273.15 Kelvin. 273.15 Kelvin, where this 15 sometimes we neglect it and we may say 273 Kelvin. We also sometimes we say 273 Kelvin for the calculation purpose. Sometimes we omit the 0.15 and we just write it as 273 Kelvin. Similarly, the the boiling point of water. The boiling point of water in Kelvin we will take as 373.15 Kelvin. 373.15 Kelvin. So what is the raise? Here it is initially the scale is denoted, the melting point is denoted as 273.15. Now it is denoting as 373.15. So to 373.15 is the temperature which is raised from 273.15. So what is the raise in temperature on from melting point to boiling point of water? That is 373.15 minus 273.15, which is equal to 100 K. So raise of 100 K from melting point to boiling point. What is the raise? 100 Kelvin. From melting point to boiling point, what is the raise in Celsius also? 0 Celsius. Initially it is 0, now it is 100. Initially it is 0, now it is 100. So the raise is also 100. So 100 raise of 100 degrees Celsius is equal to raise of 100 Kelvin. So we can write it as raise of 100 degree Celsius equal to raise of, or raise in, we can also write raise in 100 degree Celsius. You can also write raise in 100 degrees Celsius. Raising, we are denoting this as raising centigrade. Raising centigrade of 100 degrees Celsius equal to raising centigrade of 100 Kelvin. So raise in 1 Kelvin, or raise in 1 degree Celsius equal to raise in 1 Kelvin, right? So whenever there is a raise in 1 Celsius, there will be a corresponding raise in 1 Kelvin. Whenever there is a raise in 2 Celsius, there will be a corresponding raise in 2 Kelvin. So the raise of degree Celsius is equivalent to raise of Kelvin. Raise of degree Celsius is equivalent to raise of Kelvin, whereas raise of 1 degree Celsius equal to raise of 1.8 Fahrenheit, or we can also write raise of 0.8 degree Romer. Okay, so these are the concept that you have to learn today, and from tomorrow also we will discuss the same concept a little bit different way. So here see the R1 represent the reading of the first scale minus lower fixed point of that scale divided by upper fixed point of the scale minus lower fixed of the point of the scale. For example, we are taking these two. Okay, this one we already learned, so we can relate these two. Okay, see Fahrenheit and Romer I am telling. For example, at a particular stage we stopped heating and we denoted the mercury column. This one as R1, this one as R2. So these are the corresponding temperatures in that particular stage. We were heating it from ice to from it first it was ice. We are giving the heat so that the ice turns to water, then water begins to it's increasing its temperature. Now the corresponding temperature of in Fahrenheit is R1, corresponding temperature of in Romer scale is R2. So R1 minus lower fixed point is 32 whole divided by upper fixed point 212 minus lower fixed point 32 is equal to R2 minus lower fixed point. What is lower fixed point? 0. So R2 minus 0 divided by upper fixed point, that is 80 minus that is 0. So it become see here it is R1, we can write it as R1 minus 32 whole divided by upper fixed point is 212, lower fixed point is 32. So 212 minus 32 is 180 is equal to R2 minus lower fixed point. Lower fixed point is 0. So R2 minus 0 divided by lower upper fixed point 80 minus 0. So this one R2 divided by 80, yes, simply you can write R2 divided by 80. So this comparison will be a constant always. We can also relate with these two also. This how to relate it is R3 minus 0. Reading of the third one we are giving as R3. So R3 minus 0 whole divided by upper fixed point 100 minus lower fixed point 3. So in any scale we can relate it. So if you are considering R1 as the reading of the first scale minus the lower fixed point of the scale divided by upper fixed point of the scale minus lower fixed point of the scale will give a constant value always, will give a constant value always. So because since it is constant, we can relate it with any corresponding or any other scales. So this is the relation to convert one scale to other scale. This is the relation to find the rise or fall of the temperature. So whenever you are asked to find the conversion, the basic equation is this one, R1 minus LFP divided by UFP minus LFP is equal to R2 minus LFP divided by UFP minus LFP. Here this LFP meaning the lower fixed point of the first scale. This UFP meaning also lower fixed point of the first scale. Here this one again the lower fixed point of the first scale. Here LFP meaning lower fixed point of the second scale. Here upper fixed point of the second scale. Here also lower fixed point of the second scale. So according to this relation, either this relation or this relation, you will be having questions. And this one was introduced by A.R. Rumer in the year 1730. Thank you.